It's a lot sad, actually. But it's a learning lesson. I want to say rest in peace to LGP Qua. You heard about this story, bro?
Man, this shit is sad, bro.
Kadir Johnson. Rest in peace to Kadir Johnson. A lot of prayers to the family. Brown, let me ask you a question, because when we came up, man, we heard a lot of guys talk like this. You know, I'm gonna give you the scenario, right? I'll pop up, I got an expensive chain, the rollie on. You see me hop out a fly wheel. I'm just happy, right? And you see me, but you know in the streets, you know the world. It's not that you're not happy for me. In your mind, you know, okay, what's the potential of violence for the jewelry, for the things? If you tell me, yo, be safe out here, and I say to you, nah, I'm willing to die for this, what would be your next response, bro?
I mean, me personally, I ain't saying no shit like that because I'm not dying for no material shit. Like, I'm cool. I got a family. I
just
got kids.
Just give it up, man.
Yeah, I'll give it up. But the sad part about that is that you give it up and they still shoot you.
Right. Ain't that crazy?
It's fucked up. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. Now it's just like they just do it just cuz.
But my question is, like, and it's funny because shout out to Gilly. Gilly had mentioned something, and he said, what are you going to do with these chains? You right now are the most wanted, both of you clowns, because that's what you are.
Yeah, clown.
On Mother's Day, bro.
Yeah, clown.
You a clown. You ain't got nothing else to do on Mother's Day but to rob somebody. And so, you know, it's like, what do you can't pawn the chains. You can't wear the chains.
You can't wear them.
So now you asked out, and then, you know, you take out this young man, his mother going through it. Your parents are going to go through it, if you even have parents, right? Young men, give up the chain, bro. And I get it, because a lot, like I said earlier, a lot of guys that say, no, I'm gonna die for mine. You're not gonna embarrass me. And in the street, somebody takes your chain and you lose your rep. It's like losing your life, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy, ain't it?
And you gotta kind of know like where to be at with shit like that.
But think about it though. He was at a barbecue, bro.
Yeah,
at Juliana Park. On a Sunday on Mother's Day, bro. You know what kind of how wicked you got to be to pull something?
You know the shit that bothers me about that is that this kid was positive.
I know.
He was a positive kid.
That's the crazy
All his
part.
music was positive.
Dope
it
too.
was stop the violence.
Yeah.
Right. And then some nut shit like this happens. Like that's.
Yo, my man at work was telling me, shout out to Malik. Malik was telling me he has a song called Dear Qua.
Okay.
And he made a song about him being locked up and people writing to him. So I think it's 3 verses. So the shorty writes to him, he spits what she's talking about in the paper.
That's dope.
So then he responds. Then his homie, I think, and maybe a family member is called Dear. I gotta listen to it because my man was telling me.
Okay.
But that's how talented he was. I just think he just didn't get the break that he needed to, you know, to fly. And the Lord called his name, and it's a shame. Again, rest in peace to the young man. And blessings to the family, and a lot of prayers to the family, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. Let's get on to some next news. So what's new? Talk to me. What you got?
You want to talk about Tory?
Tory. Oh, man.
You want to talk about Tory?
Yeah, he got stabbed 14 times.
14 times, my brother.
And now it's coming out, what they allegedly saying is the truth that he did. I always, listen, I'm a Tory fan.
Me too.
Shout out, I love Tory, man, and it's a shame. And, you know, being biased, I was saying that dude, he didn't do it, and it's coming out that he didn't do it.
Yeah, and you know what's the fucking sad part about it, though, bro? Why, when he gets stabbed and he's in critical condition, that shit like this comes out?
Right.
Why couldn't happen before any of
because
this?
your conscience plays in with you. And what happens is the people that were there, they're like, oh, wait a minute.
This is fucked up.
Now it's serious. Now, not only did we lie or kept our mouth shut about the truth, this man is in there fighting for his life. He's in there in a penitentiary where there's all types of gangs, all types of mafias. And now his life is at risk because of a lie. Like, come on, man. This is
so, what do you think about that? Do you
I think Megan has to be held accountable. Everybody does, bro. Everybody does.
You think he had like straight up beef, or that was a hit?
Well, it could be a hit. There could be a few reasons, but what I heard was that he was flirting with somebody's wife that came to visit. I don't know how true that is. It's all alleged. It will all come out. I would think he's smart enough not to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you are in there, and so things happen, bro.
I mean, you know what? Him being a celebrity, how about this? Maybe it was him in a visiting room, right? And the lady that the man
She
was
probably
sitting
was
with the man, she said, "Oh my God, not even that.
She probably was a fan.
That's Tory Lanez,
He got
bro.
jealous,
This
bro.
is a celebrity, bro.
The Mexican boy probably got
exactly.
jealous.
She's looking over like, oh my God, that's Tory Lanez.
Right.
Now he all mad because you came to visit me, and you looking at
You
that
ain't
man.
bring the
But
boy no
that's Tory
tacos,
Lanez.
right? You ain't bring the boy no tacos. That's Tory Lanez.
Yeah, that's Tory Lanez.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? It's
Like-
a shame, man, that he has to go through this. And I fucks with him heavy, man. I think he's
and
a
then,
thorough dude,
you know,
man.
they said the dude was a lifer.
Yeah, he had 2 bodies, bro.
So how is a man like that around a
Right.
celebrity like that?
Right.
I
My
think
thing
there should
is,
be some type of.
you think it was a hit?
I think it was a hit, but I think they should keep celebrities away from people.
Usually
like,
they
come on,
do,
bro.
don't they?
They supposed to.
Maybe they don't consider him like a
Tory
A-class.
Lanez had 10 years. This guy's a lifer. How the fuck are they interacting?
Right. That's so true. That's a good point. That's a valid point I didn't even think about, bro.
How?
That's so true,
So
killer.
I don't know. But
It's a shame, but that's the risk you take. And this is, again, look, life is all about a lesson, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of young men, you have to understand that whether you're guilty, not guilty, once you're in the penitentiary, anything can happen.
So it was the bodyguard that was coming out. The girl Kelsey's bodyguard is the one who's coming out saying
Well,
that
what it seems
she
like,
overheard.
Yeah, what it seems like is that they all were wasted. You know how it is when you're wasted. bro.
Yeah.
When you're wasted, you see different things. You hear you're not cohesive. You guys are not thinking straight. Probably was high. Probably was high on drugs.
Who knows, bro? I mean, shit, they fucking celebrities. They fucking
They do
millionaires,
whatever
bro.
they
They
want.
partying, bro.
And so
There's no limits.
you know what happens, Brown? I'm gonna tell you the truth. That group had to pick a side, and that group had to figure out who's gonna take care of me better.
Yeah.
And they probably figured Megan would. I'm telling you, it had to be, bro, because if you had some thorough dudes around you, no matter what, they're gonna stick by your side.
Just fucked up that he's even in that situation, man.
Yeah, it's something that could have been avoided.
great artist,
But,
like-
but it's great artist. But Brown, let's look at the big picture. Me and you talk about this all the time. When you getting money, how many times we say this?
Yeah.
Fellas, when you getting money, you're around bitches, you getting high, you drinking, it usually ends up bad, bro. No matter how you slice it. Why? Because somebody gets jealous, right? Somebody's boyfriend pops up, somebody's girl is upset, the haters, the stick-up kids. There's so much that happens when you having bread in your pocket, you looking fresh, you got the bitches on your dick, you popular. There's always some negative shit that comes behind.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I mean, you'll have great nights. Don't get me wrong. You're going to have a lot of great nights, but all it takes is that one bad night, Baron. That's all it takes, brother.
I mean, you know what? It's true. It does take one bad night.
One bad night.
And talk about shit like that,